Hey everybody and welcome back to World of Warcraft Classic. When we last left off, we had lost the race against the server maintenance to collect all of our highborn relics, but that's the last one that we need, as it turns out. So let's head north along the mountains now. Should have some quests to do up that way. Corruption at the Furbolg camp. We saw Furbolgs. One of their camps, so it could be any camp. But we know we have stuff to do up north, so we'll head that way first. Love to find this silver leaf, because we actually need some to make our defense potions and strength potions. And one piece is not going to do it, so let's move on. Our boots are... Was that our boots or our legs? It's our boots have lost their durability. So we'll need to replace those or repair them. I'm hoping we can get an upgrade, but gear is scarce. We have Moonkin here, and we do have a quest for Moonkin. At least I had thought we did. Let's investigate. And these guys are actually a level above us, so
not enough rage.
We'll need to be careful with our pulls in here that we don't get too many at once. This looks like it dead ends.
More rage. Not enough rage. Not enough rage.
And he's actually casting lightning bolt. Some kind of lightning bolt.
Can't carry anymore.
Oh dear. We can't carry anymore. That's unfortunate. Because we're probably going to need to carry something at some point.
I can't use that.
Well, we'll just eat this mushroom. So the Moonkin are just being affected by the red crystal. So they're not so much our goal as the crystal is, and it's somewhere in the mountains to the east of Aberdeen, so we'll kind of go up here. And we'll skirt the mountain range and just fight whatever's in our way.
Need more rage. Inventory is full.
Probably a good idea to start making sure that we're eating between combat now. I'm glad I picked up a stack of food. Okay, here are the raging moonkin. They look a lot different. They're white. Oh, too late to see him. We do have defensive stance now, which I don't remember training, and maybe we just got it automatically. I know that for Berserker stance we're gonna have to do a quest chain. For some reason I thought the same was true of defensive stance, but apparently not.
I can't carry anymore.
So we're only going to use that when we go into dungeons to tank for groups. We don't want to sacrifice the damage while questing. It's kind of a zero-sum game when you're soloing. Well, we located the crystal, and that was all we needed to do. So we have Plague Lands. Capture a rabid thistlebear. And then find corruption of the Firbolg camp. And then we have to investigate the Lighthouse. Oops. Not what we wanted to do. Now would be a good time to turn on defensive stance. See if we can run away from these guys, which I doubt. But that was a bad place to jump down. And we're going to pay for it. Or not. Let's not do that again, shall we? The aggro radius is very impressive. I'm kind of thinking maybe there will be a Firbolg camp up here to the north, but who knows?
I'm out of range.
But since we don't know what's up there, let's go have a look, and then if we need to, we'll circle back to the south.
Inventory is full.
And we do need to circle back anyway. Since we're really close to Aberdeen, I might actually just go vendor. And I won't subject you guys to all that. But yeah, so far one of the hardest bosses of the game has been the inventory management boss.
Drink anymore yet.
We might die here
Need more rage.
if we're not careful.
I can't carry anymore.
Alright. Let's eat, shall we? It looks like we can just get there, but if we don't eat, we'll get ambushed by something around one of these trees, and we'll just get killed. And then we'll feel really silly if we're not eating. Well, we've emptied our bags as much as we can, excepting the stuff that we need to keep on us for quests or otherwise. We have a couple of quests to turn in. Let's go ahead and do that to empty our logs a bit. They may result in follow-ups.
Elune be with you.
It is only recently that these creatures started landing on the coast of Darkshore in such alarming numbers. I can't help but think that this is an ill omen of some sort. Recovering a sample of that creature's bones to the south should help us. Yep. I hope the Murloc did not give you much trouble in collecting this for us. I will be sure to get this on the next hippogriff to Darnassus. The Temple of the Moon has given me some funds to hand out for assistance. Please have some with our thanks. And then she does have a follow-up. That beached creature is not an isolated incident here in Darkshore. There are more along the coastline and even in the water. I would like for you to investigate another one that we know of. This one was reported to be in the water due west of Aberdeen, close to a sunken vessel. Return to me with anything that you may recover that would aid our research. Also, in your travels you may find other creatures. By all means, if you should discover anything, then please bring it to our attention. Sea turtle remains from Skeletal Sea Turtle in the waters to the west. Nothing too great for us. It's interesting that the only item in here that has stats on it is the leather belt.
Go in peace.
It's very classic. Okay, so waters to the west, that's fine. Somewhere there's also the Lighthouse, which I'm not really seeing now. We have our warrior quest near a lighthouse, so... near the Aberdeen Lighthouse. I guess it's off in the distance there? Maybe I did see it. That must be it way out there, I guess. Kind of interested to swim out there and do that, so maybe that's what we'll do next. Let's turn this one in for the red crystal. So the crystal exists. Fascinating. Anyway, your task has been well executed. Good work. What exactly is this crystal? This is but a single question in a sea of questions. Another question that comes to mind is why the Moonkin would be drawn to this object. Is the crystal benign in nature, or does it hold a more sinister purpose? I have many more questions, but we're going to need to examine that crystal closely to get some answers. It's level 13, another talent point. As water cascades. Use this empty vial to fill up on some moonwell water here in Aberdeen. Such potent magic should provide a clue as to the composition of the crystal. To do that, you'll pour the liquid over the crystal. It should take care of the rest. While I don't anticipate anything bad happening to you, I still want you to be careful. Above us to the east is Fellwood. If that crystal is tied to that place as I suspect it is, then it could prove to be very dangerous. Okay, so we need to fill this. Let's fill this right now, since we are like right by the moonwell. And that way we have it on us when we're out that way. But I think for now we're going to swim out here and we're going to see if this is the lighthouse and if we can complete this quest, because I believe, yeah, this is now green, so let's make this our top priority. So there's actually nothing around this, so this may not be the lighthouse. It may just be a tree with some lights on it. I'm going to check some of these other islands directly to the east. I don't think we can swim across this. Well, maybe we can. But swimming will probably take us a while to get down there, but I'm thinking maybe one of these other areas will have better luck in finding this quest, because there's nothing to pick up out here, and these threshers don't seem to have them. So we'll check some other islands and see if we find this lighthouse. I'm sure it's down to the south, somewhere. Well, we found a broken ship, and this is over near this little island just off the dock, actually. Now, there's not a lighthouse around here, as far as I would consider lighthouses. Oh. Crate of Elenite. That's what we're looking for. So it's going to be around this area, which is weird because the quest definitely says lighthouse. Yeah. Okay. Maybe they just mean along the docks. I don't know. Breath runs out a lot faster in Classic. Helps to be aware of that so you don't die underwater. Like we're about to do. There we go. Alright, so we'll just look around this wreckage and see if we can find more. Maybe we'll scout out this island because we need a medallion as well as things out of these boxes. This... and we'll see if she gives us the item. Shade of Elura.
Not enough rage.
She did. Perfect. And now we just need to find 7 boxes to loot. We've seen 1, and there's no one else around here farming them, so we'll see. Breath is going to be a factor. That's becoming quite apparent. So it's possible they'll keep these, some of them are in the shallow areas, which is helpful, because we'll be able to swim to the surface and still keep our bearings on them. Oh, the Skeletal Sea Turtles out behind us. We definitely need to go investigate that while we're out here. Look at that thing. It's enormous. And very dead.
I'm out of range.
Sea turtle remnants 1-1. I don't suppose we'll find anything at all on this island. Well, it looks like somebody lived here at some point and had a fire going. We need mild spices to make any food. Let's check underwater here for a minute. I'm not seeing any crates, which tells me they might be primarily on the other side of this island. I was kind of hoping we'd find 1 or 2 crates on the island, but no such luck. Maybe this is where the lighthouse used to be, and these are the remains of the lighthouse. That would make sense. Well, we swam around for a while and found the rest of our Elenite ore. So that's done. I'm seeing a quest pickup over here now, actually. Probably for these tide crawlers we spotted earlier. Hopefully we're not too high a level for the quest. We are going to go back and turn in the warrior quest to see if it changed in anything.
Hi.
I love fishing. The Blump family is known for fishing. My name is Gubber Blump. I fish. There's a kind of fish I like to catch around these parts called darkshore grouper. I used to go out on a boat to fish for grouper, but no boats have been going out since them mean old murlocs moved in. I bet they've been eating up all the grouper too. We could help this guy catch 6 darkshore grouper. Might be worth it, but I won't subject you guys to fishing, so that'll probably be something I do on my own. We could turn this quest in for the giant turtle.
Goddess bless you.
Once you have investigated the creature's remains in the water to the west of here, I should be... Yep, we know. We got it. You've been a tremendous help here today. We now have a solid chance of unlocking the mystery of why these creatures choose to beach themselves on the coast of Darkshore. The idea that they might be fleeing the area around Teldrassil is disturbing. Should you come across others in your travels, please let me know. Our research here is in but its infancy. We're going to take the bracers. They're not too much better than what we have, but we don't need any of the other stuff. She doesn't have a follow-up for us. So that's fine. Start clearing out our log a little bit. And let's see, as far as other turn-ins, I don't think we have any other turn-ins here. Let's find the Griffin Master and we'll fly back to Darnassus. Well, it looks like we have a quest to turn into Nessa actually right here. So let's go ahead and do that. And this was about the fish being different. Outside of Aberdeen, the ones near Teldrassil are bigger. This is very interesting. The fish here are large, but I didn't think the difference in bounties between here and the mainland was so great. There must be a reason for this. Well, thank you. I will discuss with the villagers the news you have brought. Perhaps one day we will find the root of this oddity, but until then, we'll reap its benefits. Okay, free experience and silver, perfect. Oops. I did train bows here, which was kind of expensive, so if we do find a bow and some arrows, we can start using that. We could use it to pull difficult targets. We'll be using it more in dungeons. We probably won't be using it a lot questing because we really want to get the benefit of the rage from charge, but if there is a difficult group of 3 or 4 monsters, then we could try to pull them individually with the bow, or with a gun even. We could train guns. Probably in Ironforge, I would guess. If I remember right, she was right up here on the warrior terrace. There she is. Bravely done. You have given the shade of Elura much deserved peace, and we will use the gathered Elenite to make a fine weapon for you. I have placed the Elenite you gathered into a case. Take it to the blacksmith Mathiel, and he will craft for you an Elenite weapon. Mathiel's to the south, on the other side of this building. And that's why there was no reward, is we actually have to get this crafted. She can't just, like, pop it out of nowhere. Here's a sword. Thanks for the ore. We have to take it over to the blacksmith.
Can I assist you?
Mathiel. Ah, Elenite ore. This is a fine metal to work with, for it is blessed by the goddess Elune herself. It would be an honor to craft weapons with it. I have crafted these weapons with the Elenite you brought to me. Please take whichever most suits you. It probably would have been more efficient to ask us first. No two-handers, so... sword is faster. They both have stamina. The DPS is the same. The potential damage of the hammer is more. But I think with the speed, let's go ahead and take the Elenite sword. It's a little bit of an upgrade over what we have. Actually, pretty substantially.
Till next week.
Not as enormous of an upgrade as I was maybe hoping for, but really at this point of the game, it's probably pretty huge. So we'll take it. Anything to give us an edge. Every upgrade you can get for your weapon as a melee class is always going to just increase your DPS, and it's going to be probably the most drastic increase you'll see. Especially this early. Next we need to think about getting a shield upgrade before we step into any dungeon content, which will probably won't be for like 5 more levels or so. I'm not sure. We could do stockades if anybody does stockades. I guess that's probably lower level than 20, maybe not. Deadmines is in the 20s. I don't know what our chances are of doing things like Shadowfang Keep. I guess eventually we will be in that area, or potentially we could go to South Shore, which might be a good idea, because I like Shadowfang Keep. We have this Highborn Relics to turn in. And he's in Aberdeen. Must have been in one of the far buildings. And this has a second part. We need to travel. And we need to go back to that red crystal.
I am honored. And not.
We have another quest to pick up here from this dwarf. And we have our turn-ins over here as well.
How are you?
Deep ocean, vast sea. Off the coast of Dark Shore to our north are 2 wrecked ships, the Silver Dawning and the Mist Veil. Some time ago, both ships ran afoul of the blasted Murlocs as they sailed across the vast sea to Aberdeen. Now they lie at the bottom of the ocean as trophies for those fiends. Both captains didn't make it out of that night. Their logs and other effects are still below in lockboxes. I'd like for you to recover them for us. It would mean a lot to the crew members still around these parts. Going back out into the water. Not my favorite place to be.
Be good.
Not in Classic, originally, or now, or in retail. I don't care for water stuff. Care to be on my own 2 feet, but we'll do it. We'll get it done. I say it like we'll have a choice. We're gonna have to do every quest we can.
Peace be with you.
Though it is surely a figment of my imagination, I feel as though I can almost feel the taint of the foul highborn magic upon them. I will have these destroyed, so that their long dormant evil might never be released again.
Farewell.
You might hear a noise in the background that sounds like a siren. That's because my city is testing their emergency sirens today. And soundproofing in my apartment, despite my best efforts, is not quite strong enough to keep it out, because we live downtown, really close to one of the sirens, unfortunately. So, I believe it's the first Wednesday of every month they set them off. It's a lot of fun, as you can imagine. Makes it very easy to work from home. Let's see, we should probably just go northeast and find the red crystal again. because we have that file we need to dump the Moonwell water onto it. We need a rabid thistlebear captured. I don't think these count as rabid. This is just a thistlebear. And I think that actually used the trap. And now we probably have to go back to this guy to get a trap. Yeah, we definitely do. Should you fail to capture him, return to Tharnium Tree Tender and request another trap. Oh boy. That's fun. Okay. So we need another trap. Noted. I think it was south of this cave. Well, south and east. Well, he almost killed us, actually. We need to be more careful and not drop in on these guys. And it looks like we finally found the crystal. I did some combat. One of our pieces of armor broke. I teleported back, hearth back, and repaired. And now we'll remember that the red crystal is almost directly east, a little bit south of Aberdeen. Let's run up here and use the Moonwell water tube on it. Oh, we don't have to click the item, just the stone. The crystal looks very alien against the wooded scenery of Darkshore. You'd think you hear a very slight humming coming from deep within. You have made it once more to the mysterious crystal. Removing the stopper on the tube of the Moonwell water, you gingerly pour the contents out over the top of the crystal. As the water cascades down its lattices, you see the opaque surface turn transparent. The Moonwell water has revealed that embedded inside the crystal are a few small fragments of bone, as well as half of a jawbone. The jawbone appears to be from a humanoid, but it is unclear without breaking open the crystal, a feat that even the strongest of magic would find near impossible. With the task at hand complete, all that remains is to report back to Sentinel Glinda and Aberdeen. And we're going to get another sword for this. I mean, it's not as fast as the sword we have equipped, and it's not as much DPS. So we're probably not going to use it. We'll probably just sell it. Let's go ahead and we'll go back and we'll turn this in. And I noticed when I was there to repair, there were a couple other quests available to us. Holy crap. Well, this is great. This is gonna kill us, actually, if we're not really careful and really lucky. Yeah, with the enrage, there's no way. Alright, we'll be back in Aberdeen soon. And one of the quests we have to pick up is in the top story of this side building here. We have Sentinel Alyssa Starbreeze.
I am honored.
Hail, young Night Elf. I am Alyssa Starbreeze, and it is my charge to protect Aberdeen from harm. To this end, I sent Balthul Shadowstrike to observe the strange happenings around the Tower of Ethelax to the northeast. It is past time that he should have returned. I worry that he has encountered some unforeseen danger in the forest. I would be most appreciative if you would find him and see that he is doing well.
Be careful.
We'll find him, but our track record with finding people is that they're usually poisoned, dead, or dying by the time we find them, so we'll see how all that goes. Let's turn in our quest over here.
How may I help?
Well, it would seem that even though we know more about this crystal, more unanswered questions are the result. I'll take the information you've uncovered to the council here in Aberdeen. Perhaps they'll know a course of action to follow on this crystal. Well, that is if there is one to be taken. For now, the threat remains far enough to our east to be out of harm's way. As for you, please have this. So we'll take our Briar Steel short sword and we'll probably
Good
just
luck,
sell it.
friend.
Looks like any other short sword at this level, so... And then up here we have a gnome hiding out up in the inn.
Greetings.
Hey, help me with my latest invention, the Buzz Box. You can talk to people far away. Maybe you've already seen them. They're boxes with levers on them. The only problem is they need constant maintenance. Each one suffers from a different problem, but I made a really smart decision. I placed each one near creatures that have the proper parts to fix that particular machine. Right now, Buzzbox 827 is on the fritz. It's just south of Aberdeen, real close. It takes 6 crawler legs to fix it. I'll pay ya. And so here's the
You have a great
crawler
day
leg
now.
quest. Ooh, look at that, it's green. We're going to want to do that one straight away, because we don't want to outlevel any of the quests. And we have a couple of orange ones. The one out to sea and the cave mushrooms is now orange. And then we have Tower of Elthalax, which is red. So we can definitely prioritize the green quest. And if the others in the chain, he's indicated there will be others. Well, if those are green, we'll prioritize those as well until we are either caught up to yellow or done with that chain. But I think this will be a place for us to take a little bit of a break, and we'll jump on those quests as soon as we come back. Having a really good time still. I'm really looking forward to getting the next few levels and getting into some dungeon content. Speaking of which, we do have to spend our talent points, which would be good to do before we stop so I don't actually just forget. I kind of want to keep going into arms because there's going to be more down here that we want to grab. The amount of rage generated by charge by 3, that seems pretty huge, but we need 2 more points in the top row in order to get down. I'm going to put 2 points into parry because I feel like that's just going to help us be well-rounded. We could reduce the cost of heroic strike by a total of 3. Not that we won't do that eventually. Maybe with a respec, maybe by putting the points into it, but for now we're going to take 2 points in deflection. And we're going to get down into the lower tiers here, I think, because I really want improved charge at least. Anger management increases the time required for your rage to decay. I really want deep wounds. Your critical strikes cause the opponent to bleed, dealing 20% of your melee weapon's average damage over 12 seconds. This would be great. We haven't even used two-handed weapons, and I don't know if that's the specialization I'm going to grab. I doubt it. And I forgot about these axe, mace, and sword specializations, so eventually we'll want a specific type of weapon if we want to utilize any of these skill ups. Which is challenging when it comes to getting drops of a specific weapon. It might involve respecking that talent, so we'll see how it goes. We'll take a break here. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I really appreciate the support, and we'll see you again real soon. Take care and wish me luck.